Welcome to the dark side of the internet, where every whisper hides a warning and every story has teeth. I'm your guide through the shadows, and tonight we're going somewhere you won't come back the same. Turn off the lights, put your phone close. This is where the nightmare begins.
The night we brought it home. The night it happened, my brother and I were walking back from our friend Eli's house. We lived in one of those quiet, old neighborhoods where the houses were set far apart. Big lots, dark woods between them, the kind of place where the silence always felt like it was watching you. Eli's place was only about a mile from ours, a walk we'd done 100 times before. Never scared, never worried. Normally, our mom insisted on picking us up after dark, but she and Dad were at some anniversary dinner that night, and we figured we'd be fine. We weren't. We stayed at Eli's too long, lost track of time binging horror shows. Funny, right? Until we realized it was almost 10 p.m. The woods outside the window were just black glass. My brother, Cal, 2 years younger than me, groaned when I told him we had to walk. "It's just a mile," I said. "We'll be fine." There was no moon that night, just ink-black sky and cold air that smelled like dirt and pine sap. We used our phone flashlights, but the beams barely cut the dark, weak little cones swallowed up by the trees. By the time we were halfway home, our breath came out in ghostly puffs, and Cal said, "Did you hear that?" I stopped. "Hear what?" He tilted his head, breathing, heavy. Behind us, we both stood still, and in that silence, I heard it too. The sound of someone's ragged inhale, followed by a wet, wheezing exhale. Slow, deliberate. "Just a deer," I said, though it sounded nothing like one. We started walking faster, not running, but fast enough that our phone lights bounced wildly. The trail narrowed between two clusters of trees, forcing us single file. I let Cal go first because suddenly I didn't want to be in front. The breathing followed us. Not closer, not farther. Just steady, like it was pacing us. Then came the footsteps. Not 4, like a deer. 2. Step, drag, step, drag. The sound of something walking upright, but wrong, like its legs didn't work right. I swung my flashlight back, and for just a heartbeat, the light hit something. A figure. Tall, impossibly thin, skin stretched tight like plastic wrap over bones. Its limbs looked too long, its shoulders jagged, and its head, God, it had a snout, like something halfway between a man and a starving wolf. No fur, just pale, glistening flesh that seemed to shimmer when the light touched it. "Cal," I hissed. "Something's behind us." He turned, but the thing was already gone, melted into the trees. "I don't see anything," he whispered, though his voice shook. It was there. I saw it. Run, we ran. Branches clawed at our arms, our lights bouncing, the cold air burning our lungs. Our house was less than a quarter mile away now. I could see the faint glow of our porch light between the trees. Behind us, the breathing grew louder, faster. The footsteps changed. No more dragging now. It was running too. We burst out of the woods and onto the street. The world looked dead quiet. No cars, no lights in the neighbors' houses. Just that awful silence and the sound of something moving behind us. Our house stood at the end of the cul-de-sac, porch light flickering like it knew what was coming. "Almost there," I gasped. "Almost there." Cal reached the front door first. "It's locked," he yelled. "Your keys." "You have yours," I shouted, turning back. For a split second, I thought maybe it hadn't followed us. Then I saw it. At the edge of the driveway, crouched low to the ground, pretending to hide. The porch light caught just enough of its outline, those crooked limbs, the elongated skull, the sunken pits where eyes should have been. Its chest moved with that same ragged rhythm. It was breathing, watching, waiting. "Cal?" I whispered. It's right there. He was fumbling with the keys. God, it felt like forever, before the lock finally clicked. We threw ourselves inside, slammed the door, bolted it, and ran to the living room window. But when we looked out, it was gone. Mom and Dad got home about an hour later. We told them everything, every sound, every shape. Dad didn't buy it. Probably some coyote with mange, he said, though his voice was tighter than usual. Next time, you call for a ride. Mom looked uneasy, but didn't argue. Later that night, Dad went out to take the trash, like he always did before bed. Cal and I were in the kitchen, jumpy as hell, when we heard it, a thud against the side of the house and a strangled cry. Let me in! Open the door! Dad's voice. We ran to the back. He stumbled inside, pale as death, clutching his leg. His pajama pants were torn, his ankle bleeding, deep puncture wounds like a trap had snapped shut on him. Mom came running down the stairs. What happened? It bit me, he gasped. It was low to the ground, hiding by the trash cans. When I yelled, it stood up, taller than me. Mom wrapped his leg, shaking, while I just stared. The bite marks were too narrow, too deep. We called a doctor. Rabies shots, stitches. He told them it was a dog. Everyone tells the easy lie. Dad recovered, physically anyway. But after that night, something in him shifted. He installed floodlights on every side of the house. Motion sensors, cameras. He built a fence taller than I am, and he made a rule we've never broken since. No one goes outside after dark. Not for trash, not for a walk, not for anything. Because somewhere out there in those woods, just beyond the reach of our lights, something still breathes, waiting for the next set of footsteps on the road, waiting to be brought home again. Thank you for listening. Until next time, stay safe out there. Subscribe and follow for more.
If you're still here, you made it through the dark. But remember, the stories don't stop just because the video ends. They linger in the corners of your room, in the echo of your mind. So go ahead, turn off the screen, try to sleep. I'll be waiting for the next nightmare to begin.